Welcome and namaste. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. 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 Namaste. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not claim to diagnose, prevent, or cure any diseases or disorders. The advice and methods of this presentation should not be construed as financial, medical, or psychological advice or treatment. Please seek advice from a professional if you have any serious financial, medical, or psychological issues. By watching and or participating in this presentation, you understand that results are not guaranteed. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, and YouTube cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred from these practices and meditations contained in this video. Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. Thank you so much for joining me this evening for our Friday Puja and Satsang. And this is the fourth installment of our series within a series of Chod-based guided meditations dedicated to the different forms of Kali that are worshipped in the Kathmandu Valley of Nepal. Being the fourth and final installment, this is to Mahakali, who represents all aspects of the Divine Mother rolled up into one. I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday is the next installment of Kali for Everyone, and we'll be honoring Kali Kapalini. And this is going to be a type of meditation that you don't always see shared. And it's from the idea that we can also meditate upon the instruments, the different instruments that Ma Kali is holding for different things in our lives. And so we're really going to be honoring Kali's skull cup, or Kapala, and how it is symbolic of the transformation of consciousness. Then next Friday was the next installment of our 64 Yogini series. This will be part 52. And we're going to honor Agni Yogini, really the personification of divine fire. So both of those are 7 p.m. Tuesday and Friday. You're welcome to join live on YouTube. And if you happen to be in the Denver, Colorado area, you're always welcome to come to our temple at 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. I'd like to say namaste to Anne, who is joining this evening. It's good to see you joining me online. And anybody else who happens to be tuning in at this point, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on the bottom of the screen. And it looks like we also have Jeoza joining us. Welcome and namaste, and I hope you enjoy tonight's puja and satsang. So again, this is a Mahakali, the great Kali sadhana for empowerment. In this session, we'll be looking to focus our awareness on life's challenges with the help of the Divine Mother. This is a modification of a meditation from the book Chod Practice Demystified by Baal Kedman. And instead of offering ourselves to one of our inner demons in this practice, we will instead be offering ourselves to a form of Mahakali for the purpose of restoring balance in our lives through the transformation of malevolent energies. In this series within a series, I've modified this practice to honor the four forms of the goddess Kali for whom this temple is dedicated. We have been working with a different Kali archetype over what is now a 4-month period. And during this series within a series, we began this process with Ma Sveta Kali, the white Kali, for wisdom. Then Bhadra Kali, the benevolent Kali, for material concerns and for one's sense of self-worth. And then last month, Ma Dakshin Kali, the wrathful protector. And now Mahakali, the combined force of those three for self-empowerment. Mahakali is the all-powerful Kali. She is the embodiment of the Divine Mother's aspects and functions. She is Kali as the Divine Mother in all functions and forms. So I'd like to refer to this mask, this old wooden mask that I have hanging in front of our high altar tonight. This mask is used in a Nepali rite, which is called Kalinak. And it involves a priest dressed as Ma Kali. And it's rather similar to the Western neo-pagan rite of drawing down, in that this priest is channeling the consciousness of the Divine Mother. And it is really Kali manifesting in this way to give her blessings to the community and really to slay the demons of that community. This is a photograph of an actual Kalinak rite. And the most important piece of equipment in this ceremony is the mask. The mask itself is considered a murti, that is a devotional image to Mahakali, often painted blue with a red tongue, like the mask on our altar here, a crown of 5 points. Now, this mask is very special. It has a rather interesting history. So she was carved in Nepal sometime between 1860 and 1900. So she might be as old as 160 years. And somehow over at least a century, she found her way down further and further south until she was found in southern India. And she was acquired by an antique dealer from Malaysia named Albert Yap. And it's from Mr. Yap that I acquired her several years ago. And she has very powerful Divine Mother energy. In fact, the first time I took her out of the box when she arrived, I placed her over my face, and I could feel the Divine Mother entering me. My eyes went very wide. This grin went across my face, and my tongue came out, and it was like an H-bomb going off in my third eye chakra during that time. She's just an amazing meditational piece, and she's going to be the focus piece for our meditation tonight. I have another Kalinak mask that I'm going to show you, and this is of a more traditional Chamunda type Mahakali, also from Nepal. I found her the first time I went to Nepal in 2010, and it's this beautiful mask here, and we can see the syncretism between Vajrayana Buddhism and Hinduism in this part of the world, the crown of 5 skulls representing the transformation of 5 poisons into 5 wisdoms. And I'll show you a modern photograph of a Kalinak rite using a mask of this type. Mahakali Jatra, or Mahadurga Jatra. Jatra means dance, and it's a ceremonial, this practice is regarded as a ceremonial dance. And so I'll be reading a story about Kalinak, actually as part of our meditation tonight. I'd also like to say namaste to Kim, who's joining us. So we have Mahakali, like in this mask, representing really all aspects of the Divine Mother. And this is also why we have collections of goddesses like the 10 Mahavidyas or the Ashtamatrika, the 8 little mothers. And in those collections of goddesses, which represent sub-personalities of the Divine Mother, they can really be viewed as Mahakali expressing herself through a particular function. Like Dakshin Kali, she is the goddess of blood sacrifice, of death and rebirth. She has a benevolent side and a very giving side, which we see in Bhadrakali, and she's also the conveyor of divine wisdom, personified by the white Kali, Svetakali. Our practice will be given as a guided meditation, and since this is a visual process, you can focus on your screen as part of the practice. In fact, I would like to invite you to do that. Meditate on this mask so that you can hold that image in your mind's eye. And one way you can imagine her is rather similar to one of the dancers in Kalinak, and imagine that face that is in the mask, and imagine her holding. She can have many arms where she's holding a variety of objects, or she may just have 2 arms where she's holding a sword and a skull cup. This practice, by the way, can be done with any deity, and you're welcome to make your own modifications to this meditation. Write your own meditation for the future. Really, all you need to do is have a devotional image. It can be a statuette or even a printed photograph of your deity. And very helpful if you know a mantra to your particular deity. And I'll say a little bit about that at the end of tonight's program. So let's begin by closing our eyes and breathing deeply. Long, slow, deep yogic breathing. And I invite you to make any adjustments that you might need to be comfortable. Find a seated position where your back is straight and your chest can be open. Maybe roll the shoulders back to open the chest. This is typically a seated meditation, but this can also be done after the phase where I have you opening your eyes and looking at the mask. And then I invite you to close your eyes. You can lie on your back in Shavasana if that's more comfortable for you as well. But right now, I invite you to breathe deeply with your eyes closed. As you exhale, breathe out the cares and concerns of the day, the thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. Just breathe out all of those things that might stand in your way between you and connecting with the Divine Mother, both within and without. And with each inhalation, breathe in relaxation and also an increased focus on where you are in the present moment. And now as you breathe, I invite you to think about a situation in your life where you're currently experiencing some kind of difficulty. Maybe a situation where you feel alone or you feel powerless. Or maybe there's something in your life where you're feeling in need of insight or knowledge. Or maybe somewhere physically, mentally, or spiritually where you're in need of healing or some other kind of resolution. Either way, focus on that issue. Try to visualize it. Maybe give it a name. And also, if you can, as you focus on the issue, try to notice where you feel it in your physical body. Maybe it's an area of tension, maybe an area that feels cold or empty, or just somewhere where your consciousness is being drawn at this moment. And you may find yourself returning to that place in your physical form where you're focusing now in the course of this meditation. And now I invite you to take some time to acknowledge that the Divine Mother is always with you to guide you toward knowledge and healing and the restoration of peace in your life. And I invite you to take a moment as well to acknowledge that in your taking part in this practice, you're taking a most important step in healing and bringing your personal issue toward the resolution that you need. And finally, something that is so important to Chod-based meditation, I invite you to also acknowledge that you are doing this practice not just for yourself, but also to help in easing the sufferings of all sentient beings. In Tantra, everything is connected, and so as we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. And so now I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath and slowly open your eyes. And keeping your gaze relaxed while looking at your screen and the image, this wonderful old image of the face of Mahakali. Just look upon the mask and breathe deeply and listen to her story. The rite of Kalinak is performed during certain yearly festivals, especially the full festival of Dashain, also known as Navaratri, the 9 nights of Mother Divine. In this rite, a priest assumes the role of the Divine Mother to bless the assembled community. It is night, and in a blessed enclosure, adjacent to a field shielded and drawn by a curtain, the priest is prepared to receive the Divine Mother. He is dressed as part of a puja, a devotional ceremony, as drums begin beating to help lull him into a deep trance state. He is clothed in feminine attire, red in color. A ceremonial sword is placed in his hand, and the goddess begins to enter him as a wooden mask is placed over his face. The Kalinak mask is the most important piece of equipment in this ceremony because it is charged with the essence of the Divine Mother. It may be carved in the shape of a gaunt face of Ma Chamunda and painted blue or red or orange with a crown of 5 skulls. When this rite is performed outside of Nardevi Mandir, the mask is white. Other forms of Kalinak masks are blue or black, and the goddess has a long red tongue and a crown of 5 points. Sometimes, in either variations, the goddess's mouth bears 2 small fangs or boar's tusks, representing her fierce and protective aspect. The mask slides over the priest's face, and he feels a strong, possessive energy emanating in his third eye, Agnya Chakra. His mouth contorts into a wide grin, and his tongue protrudes from his mouth. And he begins to move to the beating of the drums and can no longer control his movements. The curtains of the enclosure entrance opens, and the priest, now Mahakali herself, rushes upon the dancing field. She runs, she jumps, she dances in circles and swings her sword, slaying the invisible demons of the community. Those assembled are blessed by the Divine Mother's presence. The Divine Mother, Mahakali, encased in human flesh. After several minutes, the priest begins to tire as the divine presence leaves his body. His arms go limp and he begins to stagger. Several attendants come to his aid, holding him up as the mask is pulled from his face, and he is brought to a chair while one of his friends fans his face to cool him. Mahakali, the great Kali, is the embodiment of all goddesses. In her dance, she joins with humanity for a short while. The Kalinak ceremony reminds her children that the divine is present within all of us. Jai Ma Mahakali. Jai Ma Mahakali. Jai Ma Mahakali Namah. I now invite you to close your eyes and keep breathing deeply and listen to my words as I take you through this practice step by step. With your eyes closed, hold the image of the Kali mask in your mind. And we will now recite her mantra 12 times. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Vichye. 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 Now that the mantra is complete, I invite you to visualize yourself seated before Mahakali. Notice her features and the object she may be holding, either with 2 arms or with many. Watch and breathe deeply. And begin to notice that your body is beginning to turn into a deep blue mist, like a smoke, diffusing into the air like lapis lazuli dust. You notice the occasional sparkle as the mist spreads out and forward. And you see yourself slowly dissolving into this blue mist. And watch as your body slowly disappears. The mist might also manifest as a blue flowing nectar. And now send your mist or nectar toward Mahakali and let her drink of it or breathe it in. You might also see the mist entering her through her third eye or be absorbed into her skin. Just watch as the essence of your body slowly becomes absorbed by the Divine Mother. And see every last ounce of you entering into her. And at this point, you're looking upon her simply as an observer now. And once you have been consumed by her, I invite you to gaze upon her, especially her most awesome appearance. And now I invite you to begin to merge your consciousness with hers. You approach her and you reverently bow. And as you approach her, she holds out her skull cup for you to drink from. And notice the beverage in the skull cup. What color is it? What smell does it have? And what other qualities do you notice? And now you begin to drink from the cup and notice its immediate effects. Its smell, its taste. And what do you feel physically or emotionally as you drink of it? Do you receive some kind of message or some kind of flash of insight? Or do you notice or feel something physically as well? Whatever it is, just notice it, feel it, honor it. And now you hand the skull cup back to the Divine Mother, and you see her smiling with approval. And you note the motherly or grandmotherly expression upon her face. And now you come closer, and you embrace her. And you feel your arms surrounding her as her multiple arms hold you close. The two of you embrace, and you join with her to form one being. And it will be at this point when again you will feel an emotional shift and some kind of change in your felt sense. So what do you feel? And where in your physical body? Just witness any changes and honor the transformation that is taking place within you. And now rest for a while in a state of stillness and silence. And use this time to fully integrate the practice. Nothing to do at this point. Nothing to accomplish. Just being in the present moment. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation and becoming aware again of yourself in your personal space. Feel the floor below you supporting you. Hear the sound of my voice and any other sounds that are in your area. And feel the clothes that cover you, the temperature of the air upon your skin. And feel yourself back in your own body and in your personal space. Slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, and your arms and your legs. Maybe give a little stretch, but keeping your eyes closed, and slowly bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Mahakali. Jai Mahakali. Jai Mahakali. I invite you to take another deep and clearing breath and take a moment for thanking the great goddess Mahakali for what she has shared with you. And take another deep and clearing breath. Give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice tonight, knowing that you can replay the recording of this broadcast anytime you want to do this meditation again. And slowly opening your eyes. And namaste. Blessings always. And thank you so very much for joining me. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. And thank you. So I hope you enjoyed that this evening. And as always, please take some time for some quiet contemplation before resuming the days or evenings activities. I'm going to pan the camera around. There we go. And as I said before, in this kind of process, it may take more than one practice to really deepen it. And so, again, you can replay the broadcast and do this meditation again. And also, in these days ahead, I invite you to look for small, subtle changes that may be taking place as a result of having done this practice. Maybe some flashes of insight, maybe some interesting dreams, maybe some releases on a physical level, maybe handling a situation differently from the way you might have in the past, maybe even the right book falling into your hand or the right person coming along who has something to share with you that's important at this time. And you can also adapt the same practice with a deity of your choosing. All you need is some kind of image to know the mantra. Breathe deeply, focusing on the image. Repeat a mantra. Close your eyes and hold the image in your mind. And imagine yourself seated before the deity and your body slowly dissolving into some kind of mist or smoke or nectar that goes toward the deity and is consumed by the deity. And then imagine yourself in the form of your consciousness approaching the deity, paying reverence, and then you and the deity embracing. And then what's really important is note any physical shifts that take place, emotionally, physically, just any change in your felt sense as you and the deity become one. And then spend some time in silent meditation at the end. So I'd like to thank everybody who is joining live, including Anne, Joyosa, Kim. Thank you for joining me this evening. Please feel free to share with me what you experienced, or if you have any questions, you can email me at omcdevi, AUMCDEVI, at gmail.com. You can also message me at my channel. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday, where we honor Kali Kapalini. And this will be a puja, a satsang, and another guided meditation. So until then, namaste again. Have a wonderful evening. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. And thank you. Jai Ma.